Live stream. I'm live. Okay, everybody, welcome to my live stream. Appreciate you stopping by. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Here at the Southmont Municipal Building, we're gonna go in and do the. We're gonna go in and watch the meeting here. Okay, so let's go. It's cold. No correspondence for me this month. I don't think I had any correspondence. Maybe I did. Okay.
You don't sound too happy. That's not good.
Parking area. That might be it. Sounds about right then. How you doing, Sheree?
I'm good. I don't want that in front of you.
No.
Where are you putting that?
Well, maybe right here.
No. No.
What's that?
No.
Do you have an ordinance about it?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's a private ordinance.
There's an ordinance?
Put it back.
Do
Put it back.
you really want to challenge?
My private ordinance.
Oh, Sheree. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Upper Yoder Township found out.
Assholes will be assholes.
That's right. That's right, Sheree. Assholes will be assholes.
That's why some of us who ran for council didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
People know.
Okay.
Is there anything about personal space there? Is somebody breathing down my neck? That's okay. People that don't know how to place the water down their
I'm just sitting here in the seating area. That's all. Just in the public seating area.
Kind of stinks around here, doesn't it? I think there's 3 signatures. Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it is. Yeah. Is that comments? As far as I know. There it is. What's that? Is that comment?
That's what's coming.
How are you today, Dad? How's that going? Busier in the spring? Not enough people coming into the job market. There's so many people out there that could be working but don't.
Okay. Even though we try, we still get a lot of turnover.
Are we going into executive session for legal or? With the cost. That's what I read that. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Good. We'll just pass them back to them. I think Richard's on it. All right, turn it off. You got the last one. Aren't you in charge of the last one? Didn't you have the last one?
It's one since.
They have them twice a year? Isn't it at Nanny Grove or something? I think it was. It is, isn't it?
Call the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next will be roll call, and I'll remind everybody to please mute your devices.
Anthony Kuiper,
Here.
Doug Barry,
Present.
Richard Burkhardt,
Here.
Kirby Wong, Jacob Chella,
Here.
Matt McVicker,
Here.
Bob Morgan,
Here.
Sheree Speicher. Here.
All right, public comment. You have a 5-minute time limit. Please clearly state your name and where you reside.
My name is Bob Walker, live at 312 State Street. Just right over here in the corner, lately, a new fence was put up. Whenever I noticed it started construction, I called the office, talked to Debbie, and she said they already knew about it and things were in hand. My suggestion is, I don't know what agreement we have with this firm who takes care of our zoning, but apparently everyone doesn't get the chance to go around our borough and catch things like this. I can think of possibly 3 places that new construction has taken place, and I'm willing to bet there was no permit. My suggestion is, and maybe Sam won't like this, that someone who's constantly going around the borough on a daily basis, and they happen to see something like this starting, that possibly they could notify Amanda, she could check it out and make sure everything is as it should be, whether they have the right permit or whether they follow the rules and regulations. I think this would be an easy thing and possibly help us with our tax break. Someone puts a shed up and it's taxable, maybe the taxes will go up. Another thing I noticed in the past that, in my opinion, we put out our bid for paving late in the season. I suggest that we get it out early because a business like Quaker Sales, if they have a lot of business and now all of a sudden Southmont comes out looking for a bid, instead of them giving us, let's say for a figure, $10 a square foot, because they have a lot of business, they're going to up it to $15 a square foot. Where if it's early in the season, we may get a better break. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Larry Cobalt, 336 Orchard Street. Just to give you an update on the intersection of Orchard and Olive, things are 100% better now. The addition of the sign part of the way down, saying that there's a stop sign ahead, that helped a lot. And then last week they painted a line and stop on the one section. So it's really increased the compliance of people coming up and down that street. So I wanted to thank council. Saturday there was another guy pulled over. So when the police monitor that intersection, in addition to the steps that you guys taken, that's That's really helped, so thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up something along the lines of these things that people are noticing. It's I don't know what their address is, and I hate to dox somebody by their name, but the Kellys, Judy and Fran Kelly, they live on the corner of Violet Street and Hirschberger, and then their property adjoins the alley that is between her. Do you know the name of that alley by chance? It's in the back of your Lettuce Alley. Okay, so they have some rebar, half-inch rebar that's pounded into the ground. It sticks up about a foot and a half. Okay, that's really unsafe. Now I realize they have plastic reflectors that are attached to them, okay? However, that's rebar, and rebar is a building material, and that is a permanent installation, okay? What are you shaking your head for, Bob? It's important, okay?
It's not permanent.
Well, that is a building material, okay, and it's on an approved use for rebar, okay? To have it sticking up out of the ground that far, okay? If somebody would back over that, okay? And I can tell you from experience in 2017 when I was out in Weehawken, New Jersey, I backed over a piece of rebar that stuck up that far, okay? Cost my company and myself 4 tires on a truck, okay? They're sticking up about 18 inches, okay? God forbid somebody could fall on one of those and impale themselves with a piece of rebar sticking up a foot and a half, okay? In fact, there are OSHA regulations for these, and they make those caps that look like a vase, or they're orange. You see them on job sites everywhere, anywhere that you see this, okay? And I want to point out too that the reason I'm bringing this up and I'm being so adamant about it is because the Kellys come down and they complain about their neighbors and they want something done, and you guys will do something for them, okay? I feel that is an unsafe condition, okay? I did write a letter, but I didn't bring it with me today, so I'm gonna give the borough the benefit of the doubt for a few days, okay? If I don't see this rebar removed with everything that you need to do to have that rebar removed. The reflectors are fine. They're plastic. In fact, I have some reflectors on my property, okay? Reflectors, if you would fall on a reflector, you're not going to hurt yourself, okay? A child's not going to impale themselves and possibly puncture a lung, okay, with a piece of rebar that's sticking out of the ground about 18 inches, okay? That is dangerous, and it is, I don't know, Herb's a council member. I don't know how he lets it go on. I don't know why some people in the borough get a pass because they're friends or they're whatever, okay? And I don't understand why anytime I come down with a complaint or anytime I come down with a situation, nothing gets done, okay? So I'm telling y'all, okay, that I'm making you all aware of this problem, okay? It needs to be corrected, okay? And if I have to, y'all can ask up Ritter Township what happens when I want something corrected, okay? So I really, this needs to be taken care of, so somebody doesn't hurt themselves, or somebody doesn't lose a tire, or somebody doesn't seriously hurt themselves. That's what I had to say today. That's what I saw when I was going around the borough and I noticed some things. I saw that pretty unsafe condition. It's in the right of way. It's directly on the curbing. I'll send you guys pictures if you're not sure, but it'll only take you 30 seconds to drive up. I'm sure Sam has seen it, okay, and I know Herb knows what I'm talking about, so everybody's now aware of it, and I'd appreciate it something was done about that rebar being placed like that, sticking up out of the ground where somebody could really hurt themselves or or hurt their vehicle or possibly puncture a lung, get something sticking up like that in a job site. No foreman would let that go. Okay, and that's what this. If we're going to talk about safety this month, that's what we're going to talk about. That's what I wanted to talk about, was that unsafe condition. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, John. All right, Amanda, I don't have any correspondence.
Nope.
Next up are the minutes. We need to approve the February 2024 meeting minutes.
So moved.
I have a question on the minutes. I wasn't able to make the last meeting, but I had, just the mayor read the thing, and there's no mention made in there about the truck that needs some attention, the brake needs attention, and what else? I can't find it. And I'd like the minutes to reflect that. Let's see, where's it at? anyway, there is a great problem with the truck. And there's, to my knowledge, there's nothing been done yet. And I'm afraid if something does happen, we're gonna be in a world of doo-doo. Because if they have an accident with that truck, and hurt or kill somebody, or they injure one of our workers because they don't wanna take the truck to get it checked, that's a problem. And that's a safety issue. That should not take a back seat. They're compromising our employees every day by using that truck. And there's also a recall due on it. I'd like to see something done about that.
All right, Amanda, will you update the minutes to reflect that?
Sure. So we
So
need a
that's-
second?
Yeah, so can we, how should we do this, Eric? We need to, Bob, can you rescind your motion?
Yes, I will.
All right, so then can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes to reflect the changes mentioned by Kurt?
So moved.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Okay.
Any opposed? Motion carried. West Hills Police?
West Hills Regional Police responded on 387 calls for service in the month of February, 72 of which were in Southmont Borough. 1 criminal arrest for theft of a motor vehicle, 16 traffic citations, and 6 warnings were issued. I just want to advise of an uptick of vehicle break-ins also affecting Upper Southmont, Gardner, Diamond Boulevard area, Old West Line. It's an ongoing issue that we're currently investigating. It's in that whole area, Old West Line, up there by that elementary school. So everyone's aware. We can somehow get notice out, people lock their cars, no firearms in cars, that seem to be targeting firearms. So just a notification. That's all I have.
Was it like the last one where it's all unlocked cars?
They've all been unlocked cars so far.
So people have unlocked cars with firearms in them?
Yes.
Wow.
Unfortunately, yes, that's been the case so far. We've had 1 firearm stolen from Westmont Borough, the car was unlocked.
So did they get citations when they report this?
For not having a car locked, that's
For
all
having
part of
a-
the investigation. Yeah,
No,
that's,
for having a weapon that isn't,
well, at work right now, there's nothing, it's all part of the investigation. If you look even further at all that, that there's more or less a liability issue that's gonna come down to for that.
All right, Southmont Volunteer Fire Company?
For the month of February, we had 17 calls, 4 of them were in the borough. 1 was a vehicle accident at Nauter and Barnett Street. It was a 2 vehicle accident. And then the only thing else I got was, I noticed there was no AED units in this building. And we actually don't have them on our 2 of our vehicles that we want to kind of purchase. I don't know if you guys want to go in with us and purchase one for the building to have here, and maybe get a discount for buying 3 of them.
What is it, Steve?
An AED unit, which,
is it training that goes along with this?
there's training on the thing, and then we can also do a schedule of training for everybody that, like, people that work in here, we can do something.
Can you get prices? Can you give us
Yes.
some prices on all this?
What's the approximate cost now, Steve?
We were looking at like $1,500 for 1 unit.
So that may come down with quantity.
Yeah, we're trying to see if there's some company that if we buy 3, we'll get like a kind of little discount or something.
Well, it would help us out, would help the fire department.
Right. Plus, then we can take it down to the Jubilee building and have one down there for when our Jubilee goes on. 2 of our rigs will have.
It's a good thing to have and hope you never have to use it.
Right, exactly.
If you have to use it, and it's not there.
Yeah, just
You
for
know,
safety.
it's that versus the box.
Yeah.
Do we need a motion
We need,
to move on,
yeah,
checking into those or purchasing those?
we'll just wait until we get the price.
Yeah.
I'll get a price for this, then we can, if we want to proceed, we can do that at the next meeting. We do have an item here to approve a second amendment to the Southmont Volunteer Fire Company agreement for reimbursement of audits. Amanda, can you provide some insight here?
Yes, we had previously approved to reimburse the fire company for the cost of their audits every year, but we missed amending the agreement, so that's just, we're catching up with that. Now, this is contingent upon the fire company approving it too, but everything looks good so far.
I make that motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Engineers report.
Yeah, I just have a couple things we want to go over. We installed the 2 flow meters on March 12th on Southmont Boulevard and one on Helen and Wonder. So they were done on the 12th of March. We still have the remaining list. Did you give everyone a copy of this, the remaining?
No, they don't have an update.
Oh, they don't have. There was how many left on here? 15 list of residents that need to get re-inspections for the houses, for the laterals, for the work that they had to do.
Have they've been done, but they just need
You need to go back and
re-inspected.
re-inspect it.
And
wait
is
for
your
some
company
wet weather.
doing that, or is
Between,
Sam
I
doing
think,
When we have the wet weather,
yeah,
there's no special trip for you guys required.
okay. We were just wondering if you need Chris, you can just call him. He will come over and hit them all and get them done. But you gotta have some
3 days of left?
good wet weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have-
And third, I have Todd sent over a email to Amanda about the pipe breakage in the line up by the medical center, urgent care facility. When we were televising the line, we found a major break in the top of the 8-inch pipe going over there.
What kind of a pipe was it?
It's a sanitary sewer pipe that runs, we have a map here. It's highlighted, it runs, basically this is Cheney Oaks Drive up to the dead end. It comes off Cheney and goes back towards the medical center. Well, I guess they had a subdivision plan approved to put a parking lot in there. Did that go in?
And that was a few years ago.
So it's there,
Mhm.
it's right at the edge of the parking lot. So the only thing we can think of is that when they were constructing that, it may be a shallow line, and they got down into it with one of the pieces of equipment. I'll pass this around, and let everybody take a look
And
at it.
it's a sewer line.
It's a sanitary sewer, and it's broken down through the top, and it's, I don't know if there was a sign there, but you don't see a signpost sticking through, so,
Did you televise the tour?
yeah, and there's a photo there.
You found it?
That's how we found it, yeah, we televised that. They're getting dirt or something through there, or why did we TV that line?
They, I believe, were completely backed up.
They were backed up, okay, there was a blockage there because of that.
And that's.
So we
that's the pub-
televised
that's
it,
the
and that's-
public- That's the public one.
Yes,
It's
that's
broken.
your sanitary sewer main,
It's broken.
yes.
Do we have any recourse to go back on the folks that did the parking lot to see cost recovery?
Well, you probably have ability to go in for the property owners. They probably hire, we don't have individual contract with the entity that put in the parking lot, but you could pursue the property owner to have them
But
fix their actions.
didn't we put the new public lines in though?
Not there, that was extended just for Medicare as a main line extension, and they put it in.
So when we did our projects, did the foundations, we missed this one?
No, it was a main line that was already PVC, it was new, so it didn't need
Oh,
to be
this is one of
replaced.
the
It
newer,
was an extension done by, in order for them to hook on, they had to do a sanitary sewer extension. So they come off Old Cheney, come up that way, and made a right over to their new lot, and they put that in as part of, for them to get sewer, and dedicated that over to the borough for that line.
But do we believe it
See that, it's, the only thing we can tell is you look at the parking lot and you look where the leak is, maybe shallow, we're not sure how deep it is there.
Okay.
It's hard to say. I mean, if you saw a sign or some physical obstruction on top that went down through it,
That's easy.
it would be easy to say, yeah, I've seen lots of rebar and stuff like that down through it, or signposts, stuff like that, but there doesn't show anything like that in the video, so.
But would this have happened after we put our new public
We
lines
don't
in?
know. It could have happened the day after that line was put in from Medicare. We just didn't know, but the only reason we found out is because they had a blockage and it backed up there. So it took, that point was clear to their building to fill up. The fluids were probably getting through, but the solids were catching up there. So it's hard to tell how much of that would have been in there and for how long.
Nothing's been, that hasn't been repaired at this point.
No, it hasn't.
And there's no blockage either, is that?
The blockage was removed. I don't know, did we remove it when we TV'd it, or did you guys have to jet it?
I believe it was jetted.
Okay. Yeah, so that's I think that's after the fact, that photo.
So we have to make arrangements to have this replaced then?
Or that could happen again, yes. Plus it will also bring water into your system.
Yeah. It's open.
So
So what do we do about it?
the line is our responsibility for
It's our
replacement
line.
defects. So, I mean, I guess we have to fix the line no matter what. Do we go and just fix the line? Do we ask the property owner to fix the line?
It sounds like it's probably not an issue you want to linger too long. So you probably want to we have to make the repair and then pursue the property owner with that. And I probably need to talk with you or with Todd, I'm not sure who, in terms of.
It was a notable blockage
Yeah.
Yeah.
that had to be opened. It was,
Well, that's how you found out about it.
So you wouldn't have known it's but for the blockage, you know about it.
No, other
it was
than that-
monumental.
And the only thing we can tell that went on there since then was the parking lot installation.
Is that gonna be not a hazard, but a bottleneck for the doctor's office, or are they gonna still be able to park there? Where the excavation's gonna be?
It's at the edge of the parking lot, I think, right on the edge, so a couple spots maybe, I'm not sure.
No,
I haven't physically seen it, and I don't know if our TV guy marked it in the field. Did he paint it green where he found it? He probably did, so if you walk up there, you'll probably see where he marked the break. He's within 6 inches on the main line of that, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Any other questions? All right, zoning officer report. Amanda, do you have anything?
No, they did provide a report for the zoning and the property maintenance. Just to kind of update you on that fence there at Lila Street. They initially did issue a stop work order. The owner was supposed to come in, well, they filed their application, which was denied. The owner was supposed to come in to apply for an appeal hearing. I haven't seen him yet, so I did inform Laurel, and they were gathering the information they need to file charges.
And didn't they completely ignore your stop work order?
At first, they did, not agree, but they did go, stop working. And then, they filed their application, and then as soon as it was denied, they just kept going.
Yeah.
So initially they did, but that happened for like a day or two.
So what are the recourses now?
As far as I know, they're gonna file the charges, like I said, and then I'd imagine we'd be able to have them remove it. It's not legal.
Well, obviously cannot stay there because you have other people in the borough who have issued, got a permit, and then they were not allowed to build it because the construction of that fence. I think you're allowed to put a see-through in, but you're not allowed to have solid.
Yeah, you can now have we changed, when we redid the zoning ordinance, you can now have a privacy fence, a solid fence. They're just not meeting the setbacks.
So Amanda, according to this report, if I'm reading it correctly, there were 25 notices sent out and absolutely nothing has been done on any of these 25 to correct.
Not, I mean, some of them have complied with it and done the work, but no, if they haven't complied, I haven't seen any follow-up on them.
Something needs done with this management company, this maintenance company. I mean, we're getting, now these go back to May of 23 with nothing being done on any of these, except for letters being sent out. That's it.
Well, it's one thing to send a letter out, but if you don't follow up on it, you might as well throw the
That's
letter
it.
away.
That's it. When we had a different person, they literally would go knock on doors, they would talk to people, they would get face-to-face with these people. This company just sends a letter out, and then we get all these come back, no contact, no contact, no contact, signed for letter, no contact. Not one of these 25 have been brought into compliance, or nothing's been done. So I have a problem.
I did have a conversation with the solicitor for the code enforcement agency last week, and I did bring to his attention that it's our understanding that the initial letters did go out. Our concern was that what was the follow-up to those initial letters. He was going to review that issue with the code enforcement agency, so I'll follow up with him this week and see if there's what their intention is in terms of following up after the initial letter. Do they then file the complaint or a citation with the magistrate? That's how it's usually typically how it's handled. So I'll follow up and try to get a determination what's their next step and why they haven't taken this next step on some of these cases that have been probably close to a year.
Almost a year.
What I'd like to see done is re-establish the tickler list and put it on there, because people in this council, unless they have a paper like that, they don't know what's going on. So if they say, well, this is going on, and so I could check it and say, well, there's not too much happening. No. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind. And we need to get that tickler list started again, and everything pending goes on that list.
But Herb, this isn't the borough, this is a company we have hired, and they have 25 cases open with nothing resolved. I would be in favor of making a motion to look for another property maintenance company.
What I'm trying to say, Sheree, is if we don't know about it, we need to know.
But we do have,
People need to
we
know.
have the report, we just need action on it. I'd like to make a motion to look into finding it. How long is this
I don't
contract?
think we don't have it on the agenda, so we can't make a motion today.
Alright, but we need to, I mean, we can direct Eric to look into what, if we can get out of our current reason what the process is for that.
Yeah. So my conversation with their solicitor was to determine what's the process, what's the next step. They sent the letter out, and what's their follow-up in terms of.
And maybe you could find out what their track record is with other municipalities, whether, there's.
Is Bill Barbin the solicitor for them?
Bill Barbin is the
In the meantime, maybe we could be looking into other options also. Yeah.
Out of order, I'd like to suggest that you guys get somebody from the borough again.
Alright. Moving on. Solicitors report. Eric.
The Westmont Hilltop School District crossing, I recommend we meet in the executive session to discuss that matter. There's no litigation that's been instituted at this point, but it's an issue that maybe could lead to that result. As far as the ordinance to adopt a schedule of attorney's fees, under the municipal claimant tax lien law, the the borough is allowed to collect interest, penalties, expenses in terms of certified mail costs and attorney's fees. The law requires that the borough enact an ordinance with a schedule of expenses, costs, attorney's fees, etc., that needs to be enacted by the borough in order for it to collect those expenses. It requires a 30-day prior notice to the imposition of certain fees as well. So, I would recommend that the borough council consider in order to collect those additional fees and costs that would alleviate some of the expenses that are incurred at this point to try to collect those unpaid sewer and garbage liens that have been filed in the past.
Need a motion?
A motion would be for, that would be a motion, I can prepare then a proposed ordinance for the council's consideration.
I think something needs to be done with it.
Do we need a motion on that, or can we just?
I don't necessarily think we need a motion. I think we can prepare it, and then for the next meeting, that can be considered as a part of the agenda, and then
So you
council.
give you a month to work on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on the tickler list.
All right, anything else there? That's all. All right, street commissioner report, Sam.
With the exception of my report, I have nothing to add.
Do you have anything to add regarding the truck?
We will be taking it to Slicks for the brakes to be looked over whenever we have a clear and present opportune time. We just had a nice little snow flurry right now. It's not going to stick, but
Well, what happened all last month, Sam? You had dry weather, hot weather, it could have been taken down. I mean, you can't fool around with brake problems.
the brakes have not failed on us at
I
all.
witnessed how the brakes work. I sat in the truck, and I would not drive that truck. We gotta get something done with it. You're jeopardizing the employees, you're jeopardizing the general public, and if there's an accident, it's gonna come back on you and Amanda, because this was told to you a month and a half ago. Because I went to Stupus and I ran the VIN number, and that's how I found out there was a recall.
There is not a recall on that one,
There is a recall on that.
It is just for the wiper blades.
just the wipers.
It's a recall. Don't tell me there's not. I work in the Ford Motor Company, there's a recall on it. You take the VIN number down there and run it. They told me how long the insurance, or the warranty was in effect, and they told me, oh, so by the way, it needs a recall. It's a petty recall. But what happens if it's safety recall and you just ignore that? It's not, when you're
Well,
working
there's
with
the
equipment.
part, they're saying that they know what the recall is, it's wiper blades.
Pardon?
It's wiper blades, the recall is for wiper blades.
Yeah, we cannot have a truck down in the wintertime for wiper blades. When the weather's nice, we will get it down there, get this wiper blade situation.
I just said to Sam, the weather has been beautiful.
Well, we can't guarantee that every day. One day it's beautiful, the next day we have snow. I can't have a truck out
Beautiful
for,
weather, you couldn't have bought better weather. So there's no excuse for this.
Sam,
So you want to,
what's the story on the street sweeper?
we're talking about the truck right
What's that?
now.
It's downstairs right now.
That's what,
It's
oh, is
sitting-
it back?
Yeah,
Okay, I saw it out at,
the solenoid went back.
okay, because I go past there every day and I
Yeah.
saw it sitting there and it's not there now.
No.
And it's back, good, okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I want to go back to the truck. I don't know how we got on the sweeper. I want something done with that because, you know, you're gonna be liable, everybody in this council is gonna be liable if somebody gets hurt because of that, the inadequate brakes in that truck. When you put the brake pedal on, you expect to stop. You have to pump the pedal. And I checked with them and they said it's probably gonna be covered under warranty. They don't cover wear items. Why are we dragging our feet?
All right, well, Sam, just get an appointment scheduled for the truck. If it snows and we are unable to plow, please have concerned residents reach out to Mr. Eagle.
Well, I mean, I'm just concerned for this council too. 'Cause
But
we're
I
all
think
in
that
this
it's
together.
your personal opinion on what's going on with the brake. But I I will make sure
Personal
that, I will
opinion.
make sure that Sam takes the vehicle down and has it addressed.
Thank you.
Borough manager's report.
Well, the only other thing I have to add is I've PennDOT coming in on the 19th to kind of review our proposed paving for this year. But other than that, everything's going pretty smooth.
And I think that addresses one of the concerns from Bob Walker, correct? About how we do our bidding system and does
Yeah, now he is correct.
PennDOT has to come in
Yeah.
first.
Next year, I would like to start a little earlier, maybe in January, that way they can kind of, we can schedule it, but I am on PennDOT's schedule at
That's
this
what I
point.
thought, okay, thank you.
All right. Anthony, mayor's report.
Nothing important this morning.
All right, discussion items, administrative borough services.
I just wanted to,
Yeah.
Anthony, did you pull that whole list together that we got in our packet with
Yeah, I
all?
was gonna.
That was very
Well,
thorough.
I didn't do it, but I think, yeah, it's more, definitely was a great job.
Yeah, it was very thorough and very good, and I don't know if everybody saw it, but it's a whole list of emergency, like, every emergency
Yeah.
contact you would need. And I thought you did a nice job on that, Anthony. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Administrative borough services, I have nothing. Community planning and improvements, Richard.
We've met as a committee with the county planning commission. I'm repeating from the previous months, they have recommended that we try, we were sure that we wouldn't be funded as a single borough, but DC deemed well, if we partnered with adjoining municipalities, would be more likely to approve a comprehensive plan, that would cover half the cost of the plan. And they have, I will have a full report by next month. Shannon Murphy from the County Planning Commission, who dealt with us, has been trying to go to the different municipalities. I don't know when the grant is due. This may be a longer term project. I was hoping that, these grants typically go in the spring, but I'll have a full report next month.
Emergency management.
Yeah, just again, show you that we have these updates to the emergency operations plan, municipal emergency service, officials and resource list is in the packet, is that required?
It's on here to get approved, so. So we need a motion to approve updates to the emergency operations plan, municipal and emergency service officials and resource
I
list.
make that motion.
Second.
So motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Finance, Sheree.
Amanda and I met and reviewed, and we're on track with the budget. And so now would be the time of the year for any of the committees, if they have requests for the budget for next year, because we'll be meeting, what would we say, maybe around July?
Yeah.
Amanda? So if anybody has any changes that they would need, like Richard, for example, trees, if you need more money than what's budgeted, now would be the time, between now and July, for you to get to Amanda or I and say, look, we're gonna need more money next year in the budget for that. And that would be for any committee. So that's kind of the plan, so. But we're on track so far this year with everything. That's it.
Greater Johnstown Water Authority.
Since having been appointed to that committee last month, we had 2 meetings. And I'll tell you what, I met with Michael Kerr, the director of the RDM down there, Nancy Miller. What a nice crew that is managing that whole operation. And I was impressed by the way that the meetings go. It's like clockwork. They've done it for many years, I can tell. this last month. One is that at the North Fork Dam, there's a bridge that's going to be replaced, and they're under a grant reviews to have that in place maybe by this summer. And then recently, the Westmont potable water storage tank, big blue thing you might see over there. I don't know exactly, I guess it's at the end of the
mound.
turn.
Reservoir mound.
Yeah, we just put up, and it's going to be disinfected, I think, this week, and put online as soon as the permits get cleared for that. After the thing at North Fork's done, they're going to move on to Dalton Run to correct the spillway problem, but they've been given some time in order to complete the North Fork project first, and then they'll move on to Dalton Run. And then there's also some work being planned for painting the Prospect and Franklin tank this summer. So systems well managed. That's it.
All right. MS4 stormwater, Sheree.
They have not had any new meetings, and I have to call. I'm assuming Alex is still at the city, so I'm gonna call and make sure and see what they're. We haven't had any meetings since early last fall on that.
I don't have anything for personnel, police, Bob.
Nothing.
Property maintenance, streets and sidewalks.
Well, I just think we had a nice meeting the other day, talking about, you had an issue with the hydraulic tank, right?
Yes.
Any luck?
Believe we were setting up an account to make the purchase.
Yep, that got done today.
We'll be getting the tank shipped directly to us.
Great.
So for everybody's knowledge, we will be, the property maintenance, streets and sidewalks committee will be meeting quarterly with the street crew and Amanda to go over the quarter's priorities and what needs to be done. We have one meeting already. The next one is scheduled for June.
Yeah.
So. All right. Shade tree.
Shade tree, in Amanda's report, she reported that we did get this year 20 trees from the Bare Roots grant program, which is good news. The other thing is, I last month reported on a potential grant from the Bureau of Forest, DCNR. They, this year at least, have a large tranche of money from the federal Inflation Reduction Act. And there's the city of Johnstown got a $400,000 grant. Turns out we can apply for that, but we're not a distressed community, so we have to do a 20% match on that. And application's due in early April, and we'd have to approve it tonight, and write and sign a letter indicating that we sanction the application and pledge whatever they matching funds amount. And I'm working with Barb Haig, who actually works with the architects here on Knocker Boulevard, that firm. She's an arborist and landscape architect, and what we came up with when I talked to Amanda about this too was the idea of hiring a team, consultants, an arborist, someone like Bartlett's and Barb Haig to, create some planning and procedures. And we have some special issues. We've talked about some of the Norway maples are at their 100-year points. So at any rate, we have not been able to finalize a budget yet. And so once we do, I'll talk to Sheree about next year's budget. But if we don't, it's too, this will be something for 2025, I'm afraid. Questions? I've been talking to Rich before about possibility of naming one of the trees after one of the deceased firemen who had just passed away recently, Ron Couse. I think it would be a nice gesture. We could include that in the plans. It doesn't cost us anything, but it would make a help the bridge between the fire company and.
Is that something that, you could do around Labor Day, like what we've done in the past?
Well, the other thing we might do, and this is something that maybe we want to study a little bit, but I believe Westmont did this, I'm not sure, but you can buy a tree as a memorial. Stackhouse Park does that, so, we'd have to advertise it, but, those are both good ideas.
Yeah, well, I just want to investigate the possibility, I think it would be a nice.
Well, Shade Tree Commission can, committee can discuss that once we have a meeting.
Okay. All right, new business, old business. We need to approve ordinance number 550 that updated the stormwater ordinance.
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We need to approve advertising for grass cutting bids.
I make that motion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
And you notice on here, so we don't have to do a pass-through for the ball field anymore?
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We need to approve resolution number 2024-01, disposition of records.
I make that motion.
Moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We need to approve attendance to the Cambria County Boroughs Association Spring Dinner.
I make a motion that we approve for whoever wants to go.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And let Amanda know if you plan to attend, and she'll register you. We need to approve the business items, approve ratification of payroll 2/21/24 through 3/18/24.
I'll make that motion.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve payment of bills 2/21/24 through 3/18/24.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve transfers 2/21/24 through 3/18/24.
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve treasurer's report for February 2024.
Make that motion.
Motion. I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I now need a motion to go into executive session for personnel and legal issues, and there is no expected action after the meeting. Motion, do I have a second? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are moving into executive session. Thank you.
I got pee before I go. was the Southmont Borough Council meeting. Everybody, thank you all for watching, if you watched. Interesting little commentary by council member Speicher, calling me an asshole. Okay, yeah, well, shoe fits, wear it. Appreciate you watching. If you did, thank you. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Appreciate you stopping by, watching my videos, watching my live streams. Sorry I haven't been uploading so much content. I've been busy. So look forward to some more content. Thank you very much.